Okay, it's time to look at the market stats for January. I'm Thomas Lord, your local realtor, giving you facts, not fluff. All right, let's start at the state level because Florida always sets the tone for what you feel locally. We've got more active listings, more new listings, and months of inventory higher compared to last month, meaning buyers have more options and more leverage than they did during the frenzy. But here's the key. This is not a crash. This is Florida moving back toward normal. Now zooming into St. Cloud, we're sitting around 1,093 active listings with new listings up, pending sales up, but closings down, which tells you buyers are active, they're just taking their time and being picky. Days on market is up too, so yes, we're officially in the era of you can't just toss it on the MLS and pray. And in Osceola, it's the same vibe. Active listings are high, new listings jumped, pending sales increased, but closings dropped. That's classic reset market behavior. More choices, more negotiation, fewer impulse purchases. All right, so let's talk price reductions because this is where sellers either win or get humbled. In 2025, a huge chunk of sold homes had price reductions. And look at the days on market difference. Homes that needed reductions sat way longer. Homes priced right from day one moved faster. Translation, the market rewards realism. And January 2026 makes it even louder. 173 total closings and 90 of them had price reductions. And the ones with reductions took around 130 days on market versus about 22 days when there weren't any reductions. So if you're selling, pricing isn't just a number, pricing is strategy. Inventory in St. Cloud actually dipped slightly, 8 months down to 7. That's not oversupply, that's a more balanced market where good homes still move, just not at insane mode speed. And Osceola County overall stayed basically flat, 10 months to 10 months, so no giant flood of listings locally, it's steady. Think controlled simmer, not boil over. Here, Zillow is basically saying affordability is improving. Mortgage payments are taking up a smaller chunk of income now than they have since 2022, and projections show it improving even more. Not perfect, but moving the right direction. And this chart shows the same thing visually. We peaked hard, and now we're trending down. We're around 32-ish% of income nationally, and it's moving toward the low 31s. That's the market slowly exhaling. And region matters. Midwest, buying is more affordable than renting in over 80% of counties. The South is around 2/3. The West, listen, the West is its own relationship status. It's complicated. And this is what buyers actually feel. Median monthly payments have dropped around $2,880 down to about $2,410. That's not a headline. That's groceries, insurance, and life getting easier. And here's why national news is basically useless. Some markets are up, some are flat, some, especially parts of Florida, are down year over year. Real estate is local, always has been, always will be. This map shows inventory growth is still happening, but it's not exploding everywhere. The pace is cooling in a lot of places. That's a stabilization signal. And this is the bigger jump. From 2024 to 2025, inventory rose in a lot of markets. Buyers got more choices, sellers got more competition. That's the shift that ended the name your price era. All right, time for a quick reality check. Yes, buyers are still using agents about 88%. Because if you're about to spend $500,000, you probably want more than vibes and a Zillow scroll. And sellers, even more. Around 91% of sellers are using an agent. For sale by owners is sitting around 5%. Turns out most people don't want to DIY the most expensive paperwork of their life. Now the national forecast. Existing home sales projected flat in 2025, then up 14% in 2026. New home sales rebound. Prices still expected to rise 3 to 4%, and rates forecast to drift from 6.7% towards 6%. That's not crash talk. That's slow recovery talk. And last, my favorite myth buster, foreclosures. Serious delinquencies are still historically low compared to 2008. That 2020 spike, COVID forbearance, not a housing collapse. So no, we're not heading into another 2008. This market has challenges, but it's not built on the same problems. So the takeaway is simple: more inventory, more negotiating, affordability improving, pricing matters again. If you want the numbers for an exact neighborhood in St. Cloud and Osceola County, I'll pull it and break it down for you. No drama, just data. See you next time.